Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerd Knives. Today we have a very special unboxing, something that was loaned to the channel, a box of some interesting things. I don't think I've checked these out before, so let's take a look. Alright, today I'm opening up my knife with a loaned Poikilo Taro. I have a Taro myself, but this is the mid-tech version. That Poikilo, along with 15 knives, they loaned to the channel so we can take a look and kind of check out all their different knives. Sorry, got a little bit of, I put it in the pocket to do a pocket check. Goes in really nicely, by the way, their clips work great. But my pockets are shredded because I've carried so many different knives. All right, let's get into this. Hey Rob, I'm sending you 3 Jack Wolf knives for you to check out. Enjoy. Oh, okay. Wow. Wow. Okay, 3 Jack Wolf knives. I think we'll check them all together because it'll be a great comparison of them, right? I think if I understand correctly, they might be all the same one if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. So let's take a look. All right, so the first one is the After Hours. And I want to open this carefully, so let's do that. So we don't rip the box. All right, so something about Jack Wolf, he has these wonderful little containers that are really cool like this. It's got this art that he does on there. I think that's kind of cool. All right, so I think it just pops right open. Does it screw open? Yeah, it does. Ooh, and you get a little, I think you get a coin, what have you with it, and then it comes in a cloth. So it's a very unique design, and then it comes with other stuff usually. Let's see, what do we have in here? We got an extra clip, stickers. Oh my, look at that. He's got a whole bunch of stickers in there. That's cool. That's very, very cool. I like the clip. All right, so this is the After Hours Jack. All right, so let's see what this looks like. Oh, hold on a second here. All right, I'm gonna put this to the side because I don't wanna keep everything together. We're gonna put that over here. I don't know, we'll see if we're gonna do these separately or not. All right, this is the After Hours. Let me read it again. After Hours Jack. All right, so I think this is, oh, this is the one you can flip. Let's see if we can, oh, it doesn't have a clip on there. Oh, you can put a clip. He didn't do a clip. Oh, that makes it really challenging for me. All right, very cool. Yeah, I would definitely have to put the clip on. Yeah, this is really hard to work with without a clip, but very, very cool. It's nice. I do like that. Very edgy, very sharp, aggressive. It's got a little swedge on there. Definitely would treat this like a slip joint. It's nice hollow grind. Kind of I would call this, I guess, a Wharncliffe. Definitely need a clip, but you know, if you know, this is his knife, I'm not going to put a clip on because that's his knife. He wants to do what he wants to. I have a hard time manipulating this knife without getting cut because I really need something to grip onto. And it's kind of small without a clip, so I don't have a whole lot to. So it's supposed to be a front flipper, but you really can't front. Oh yeah, this is too big. Yeah, there's no way. So with a clip, it would work really nicely. I'd be able to. So let's pretend that there's a clip here. I would be able to flip it, right? But without a clip, this is impossible to flip. This, you got to just treat it like a slip joint that just happens to be able to flip. Now, I don't know. It's kind of slippery. Yeah, I don't have enough traction. There's nothing for me to get traction on here. So I get people like it without the clip, and that's fair enough. Sure, whatever. Not my cup of tea at all. I like slip joints, and I have several of them, but they're true slip joints. But if you're going to make it something, I just can't. I'm going to cut myself, and I don't want to cut myself here on the camera. All right, very cool, very cool. That's the After Hours Jack. Let's see what we got here next. All right, so this is the Bionic Jack Kryptonite Gold. Ooh, that sounds fancy. That sounds really fancy. Probably got a coin. Yep, we do. Look at that. Look at that art on here. That's cool. All right, very cool. That matches. Oh, very bright. And this looks like it has a clip too. So he must really not like putting clips on, which will make this very difficult. Oh no, he has a clip. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Okay. I was like, man, I can't experience this knife like, okay, now I have a clip. See, there we go. Look at that. Yeah, that works really nicely. Now this is a very traditional looking knife. This looks like a traditional slip joint. That is cool. That is stinking cool. Very edgy, very sharp edges. I'm not a fan of that personally. I find that uncomfortable and a little sharp, but it, you know, some people love that edgy look to it, and that's cool. I like a little more rounded kind of feel to it. Now, you do have a little thumb nail nick thing here, but it's enough of a hollow grind. I can get my finger in there for middle finger reverse flick. And because it's a bolstered frame lock, I should be able to, yeah, left hand reverse flick, no problem. All right, and then you should be able to have a good grip to be able to left finger reverse flick. Now again, this gives me enough texture to hold it in place so it's not slipping in and out of my hand. So it even helps in my left hand. See over here, when I try to hold it like this, yeah, I'm just not afraid I'm gonna lose it. See, I don't really have a good grip. It starts to slide up and I don't want to do that. So there we go. We have that. And then we have this right here. So very interesting, two very interesting knives. All right, so let's take a look at this third one. I've wanted to check out their frame locks. Are there, I guess you'd call bolstered lock frame lock. This one's gonna be a frame lock. This one would be a bolstered frame lock, all right? All right, so this is the Diamondback Jack. Look at that, that's cool. Yeah, oh, and then of course we've got the little pog or the coin or whatever you wanna call it. Very cool, check that out. All right, and then we've got another cloth. More stickers, see it comes with different stickers in there. And then you have this nice cloth here. So I gotta make sure I remember how to fold this back together when I return. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. I do like that. That is nice. Ooh, oh yeah, that's cool. Okay, I dig that. I really dig that. Again, really sharp edges. It's just kind of a bummer for me. I'd have to get plain titanium. Oh, that clip really makes night and day difference. Let's see here. Is this a hologram? It is. So easy reverse flick. Easy reverse flick. That's nice. But I like this. This is gorgeous too, by the way. But I do like that. That's really nice. That's really, really nice. All right. Yeah, I would get the plain titanium and I would soften some of these corners for me. Just enough. This reminds me of the rendition, the Chavez rendition 229. Fantastic knife. I got it in plain, excuse me guys. I got it in plain tie because I knew it was going to be sharp edges and somebody had told me that. And so I thought, at least maybe I could kind of take care of that. And I did. Worked great, worked great. And I would probably want to do the same for this. Don't get me wrong, this blacked out, beautiful. Okay, what is this called? I gotta read this here. This is called the Diamondback Kieranite Black Ice. Kieranite Black Ice, that's cool. Kieranite Black Ice, thumbs up on that one. That's really nice. All right, so again, that really helps for that flick right there. And then over here, when I do this, I've got a little grip, little traction, so it's not sliding in and out of my hand, and I can do that. That's really nice, right? Now, even here, it gives me a little traction, just enough so I can get my thumb right there, which I personally like. Now, it's got a little more of a grip up high here, where I can grip onto it. Let me see, can we do? Oh, we can. We can, because we got traction there. That's nice. Again, this is a bolstered frame lock. You can see that. That's really nice. I do dig that. Again, hollow grind. Yeah, hollow grind. I don't know if this is DLC. It looks like it's maybe PVD coded, I'm going to guess. That's what I'm going to guess. But very, very, very nice. I like that. Yeah, the action's really sweet. Dead nut centered. Yep, dead nut centered. All right, so you have three very extremely different looking knives. Very traditional, what I would consider like a slip joint look, very much a Bowie. I would call this a Bowie. I wouldn't call this a clip point. This is, to me, is a traditional Bowie. Now it does have that kind of a deep belly there, so somebody might argue with me, but you know, to me, that's enough of a Bowie. I'm going to consider it a Bowie. This seems like a Wharncliffe, and then this seems like a sheep's foot, especially with the, you know, kind of coming around the corners. Some people might even argue it's a kind of a softened reverse Tonto. I call it more of a Wharncliffe, right? Oh, I so want it. I can't do it. I'm going to cut myself. It's too slippery. It's very slippery. That's the thing. I have nothing to grip on there. So it's a cool one. I like the look of this. Still sharp edges, which is always one of those things for me aesthetically, because I fidget so much with a knife, it'll start to dig in and I'll get blisters. Things that happens with me with Giant Mouse and the rendition. But I think if I were to look at these and get the plain tie, I could easily fix some of those things. Yeah, that could easily be fixed, I think. So I like what they look like. All right, so let's look at this. let's kind of zoom in on these guys, because what you notice, Framelock bolstered, good engagement at 50%, nice full back spacer, you got the clip, good flexibility. I love the material. I think all that's really, really nice. Nice hollow grind, which I think is really fantastic. You got jimping. Is it functional? Yeah, it's functional jimping. It's a little sharp right there. That to me would bother me if I was to hard use this knife. That would be kind of a little bummer. I know aesthetically it works for what he's doing. A little sharp there as well. And again, ooh, that's really sharp. Those are little things that I would want to touch up, right? So, and then we come over here. This is more bearable. It's not as sharp. It's easier to deal with. There's not as much to cut into. It's still a little sharp. It would be why I would want the plain tie. All right, so let's kind of zoom in on these guys. We'll start off here with the Black Ice Kyanite, and this one is the Diamondback Jack. This is the Diamondback Jack, the sheep's foot right here. I think it's really nice, beautiful hollow grind. You can see that Jack Wolf emblem there. He does really a nice job. I mean, they're well produced. These are really well made. This right here is just worth the look. I don't know if it comes through with the lights. I'm hoping there's enough reflection you can see that. I think it's really cool. I love the milling pattern. I love the seamless there, a couple of screws. Come back over here, got a nice clip. My only wish it was just a little bit softer in the corners. Just personal thing, right? Some people like that very industrious, sharp edges, and I get it. You know, it's not for everybody, right? And there's people who love that, and I'm gonna say go for it, right? If this knife is up your alley, I would say it's a well-made knife. I cannot deny that. I cannot deny that. And I love the modern nail nick. To me, I prefer that. Even on a traditional slip joint, I like that. That's just my personal opinion, right? So I like the way he does this right here. So really nice, kind of a nice thick blade, but beautiful hollow grind. Definitely have a little pokey tip. And then you see it locked up, nicely engaged. We're good, I'd say 30%. You've got the liner lock. There's no weight relief because the scale itself is cut into and brings a lot of weight relief into the knife. It feels relatively light. We'll do weight measurements. And the balance is way here. It's kind of, you know, just keep that in mind. The clip, nice in and ramp going in and out, which I think is really cool. Like I said, so that's cool. That's the first one. All right, so let's do this second one, which we're gonna call is, let me make sure I got the name correct on this one. This is the Bionic Jack Kyanite Liquid Gold. And it does look like liquid gold, doesn't it? It really does. It's beautiful. Again, let's see if I can get the reflection with the lights here. Just really stunning. Look at this side here as well. Got the clip on there. I like the edges. I mean, it flows well. For me, it's just not functional with that cutting into me. I'm all about a knife that looks nice and works nice, right? Ergonomics with looks and function is all. Now, everything functions fantastically. Some of the aesthetic accents, you know, it's a challenge for me. I would want to soften that off. That's just a little too harsh. And I don't know how, if you can soften kyanite, if it cracks, breaks, I just wouldn't want to mess with it. And if I owned one of these, I want to be very careful, right? I want to see how you would make that work. Here's a hollow grind, kind of a Bowie shaped blade. Got the big old scoop there. Got the jimping again. That is functional, absolutely functional. You can choke up. Notice I got all this extra room here for my big meaty fingers. So that's nice. Our lockup here in this one is about, I'd say 50%. Again, the weight relief is the scales right here. You can see that, the cutout laying on top. So that does relief on a lot of weight. You do have the full back spacer back here. That does add a little weight, but that gives you that traditional look. And you can see that nice action. And it does flip really well. So again, I love the modern nail nick. So I think that's really cool. Again, I cannot argue how great these knives are made. These are absolutely fantastic, fantastic knives. All right, let's deal with the one that I think is the most aesthetically pleasing to me, but I don't have a clip on. Now, it's slippery, so I'd probably want the plain tie or something textured. But here we are. I would call this the Wharncliffe. A little swedge on top, which is nice for angling cuts, but it's not big enough to really be. It's more aesthetic. I love the long nail nick. To me, that's really, really cool as well. Beautiful hollow grind. Got our both sides over here. You've got the frame lock over here. This is where the clip would be. He has a clip for this. It's in the case. It's just not on here. You can see he probably had it on here at some point because a little wear there, but that's cool. And and then you got the Framelock, and what are we at? We're at a good 50%, maybe 55%. Any weight relief on this one? No. So this one's going to be a little heavier because there's no weight relief. It has the full back spacer again. You can see that. No lanyard loop priority, which I'm perfectly fine with. Here's the Framelock. This is not too sharp. It's still a little edgy. It's not as bad as some of these corners up here and around here. Some of these corners are really sharp. I wish they were just a little bit smoother. It would be really nice for me. Can I get down here and still have control? Yeah, I can. Definitely nice. Just very much uncomfortable, not feeling like I can really control this knife well. All right, so let's zoom back out and get our little, what I would call money shot, right? Or we call a little thumbnail here. All right, here we go. 3 very, very cool knives I think are definitely worth checking out here for sure. Yeah, Jack Wolf knives. Always, I've handled some before when they first came out, and I think they're outstandingly well made, well made. I've yet to gravitate toward one very strongly, right? This is a very unique design that really appeals to a lot of people, and I think it's awesome. It's well made. There's no denying that. I don't think I'll have any problem, as with any other Jack Wolf knife I've handled, recommending these knives. Whether one speaks to me and pulls me in, not quite there yet, right? Not quite there yet. These are the ones getting definitely closer. I love this. I'd love to see this with that blade. But this is a pretty cool blade too. I will say that's a pretty cool blade too. Out of the 3 here, my favorite's probably this one right here. This one speaks to me the most, for sure. All right, very cool. Well, appreciate this is a first impressions. It's not a review. This is just my first impressions, first hands-on. All right, so sorry, somebody was at the door. So 3 great knives. Really appreciate them. Let me take a look at these guys. We'll do a full review on them. Definitely very, very nice knives. I do like them. I think they're well made. Never changed my mind on this. I cannot argue that these are fantastic knives. And if the aesthetics speak to you, absolutely, I cannot recommend against them. Matter of fact, I would highly recommend them. I have yet to find one that just hits all the notches. This is probably the closest one right here. I'm going to tell you, that's the closest one right here. That really, really kind of does it for me. Now, if I can find this in a plain titanium, I can make this work. I can absolutely make this work. And I like the fact that I can do that as well. This is probably, I could see this being my first Jack Wolf if it releases one of these with, you know, not blacked out. So anyways, I really like the blacked out Keradyne. I know that's probably not going to do that with not blacked out, but I think it would look nice. Anyways, all right. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please, where am I going to put this? We'll put this down here like this so you can see it. Would you please consider hitting the like button down below? If you've already hit that like button, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button. Subscribing and liking the channel and the videos really helps me out. It allows me to produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you to everyone out there who watches the videos, enjoys the content, is part of the live stream, is just there, enjoys everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you guys so very much. If you haven't already, maybe also hit that notification button down below so you can be notified of this and future content. I would love, 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 love to have you enjoy some more of the content. And a big shout out to my channel members. You guys are amazing. You do 2 amazing things for me. You encourage me because I don't do this full time. I'm part time. You really do. I love doing this, but you remind me how much I love doing this because of your support. And 2, because of your generosity of your support, you allow me to do things way sooner than I ever thought I could. Like check out knives like this. I couldn't always afford the shipping like this. The shipping gets expensive. It really does. You'd be surprised. Amongst doing giveaways and all sorts of other things, this adds up. I regularly ship something for $50, $60 to ship it back. I spend in a month $200 to $400. Sometimes when we have big celebrations, even more. It does add up a lot. So I just want you to know that. I appreciate you guys so very much. And you also allow me to do a weekly budget banger kind of giveaway. And that's, I think, is amazing. So thank you. So I do 2 things for my channel members. I do a once a month members exclusive giveaway, kind of a really nice, something above a budget banger. It'd be in addition to the week when we're doing a budget banger giveaway, I would do a members giveaway following. And it's just a nice knife, something hopefully you would enjoy winning, or something you would enjoy giving away. So if you're, that's for the members. The other thing is all brand new channel members, I'd love to mail you a channel sticker and a little thank you note. So if you email me your name and address, I'd love to mail you a channel sticker and a thank you note. That goes for anybody who's actively currently a member, never asked for a channel sticker, never gotten a channel sticker. But if you email me, so as you can see, new channel members, but maybe channel members who've been members all along and never asked, or members who were members and then became members again, but you never asked. Email me your name and address. I'd love to mail you a channel sticker. My small way to say thank you. If you haven't already, check me out on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.